building their own gold window, one where they control the keys. By stacking physical metal, the BRICS nations are preparing for a world where trade is settled not in debt, dollars, but in assets, gold. They are forcing a return to the very system the U.S. tried to kill in 1971. This shift is being quietly codified in the obscure regulations of global banking. In 2023, a new set of banking rules known as Basel III came into full effect. For decades, Western regulators treated gold as a risky, volatile asset, a Tier 3 asset. But Basel III reclassified allocated physical gold as a Tier 1 asset, the equivalent of cash. This was a massive, underreported signal. It effectively told the world's banks, gold is money again. It encouraged banks to hold physical gold to strengthen their balance sheets. Why would the global regulators do this? Because they know the debt supercycle is reaching its limit. They know that the trillions of dollars of paper derivatives are becoming unstable. By bringing gold back into the core of the banking system, they are quietly remonetizing the metal. The ghost of Bretton Woods is no longer haunting the basement. It is being invited back into the boardroom. The gold discount window was the bridge that kept the link alive during the fiat era, but now the bridge is becoming a highway. But there is a final, nuclear option that the existence of the gold discount window hints at. It is the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card for the U.S. government. Right now, the Federal Reserve lists its gold certificates at that statutory price of $42.22 per ounce. This values the U.S. gold stockpile at roughly $11 billion, but at a market price of $2,300 an ounce, that gold is worth over $600 billion. And if the price were to reset to a level that actually covers the money supply, say $15,000 or $20,000 an ounce, the value of that gold would be in the trillions. Some economists argue that in a hyperinflationary collapse, the U.S. Treasury could simply revalue its gold. They could declare that gold is now worth $20,000 an ounce. Instantly, the government's balance sheet would be solvent. The Fed could issue new currency backed by this revalued gold to restore confidence. The gold discount window proves that the mechanism for using gold as monetary collateral still works. The plumbing is there, all they have to do is change the price. This gold revaluation is the secret weapon that the U.S. has in its back pocket, a way to wipe out debt without defaulting, by simply admitting the true value of the money of kings. However, this strategy relies on one crucial assumption, that the gold is actually there. And this brings us back to the most unsettling question of all. The United States has not had a full, independent physical audit of its gold reserves since the 1950s. We have audits of the paperwork, but we rarely have credible outsiders drilling into the bars to test purity.
This pisses me off. People are spending thousands on chemical fixes when a $37 red manual has remedy.
There are persistent rumors, fueled by the secrecy of the gold discount window, that much of the U.S. gold and the foreign gold held in custody has been encumbered, that it has been leased out, swapped, and rehypothecated to suppress the price and keep the dollar strong. If the day comes when the Fed tries to open the window or revalue the gold, and they open the vault to find it empty or filled with IOUs from bankrupt bullion banks, then the game is over. The emperor has no close moment would destroy the U.S. dollar overnight. This is why the Fed fights so hard to keep the window secret. The power of the window comes from the belief that the gold is there, not necessarily the presence of the metal itself. The story of the gold discount window is the story of a system living a double life. By day, the Federal Reserve preaches the gospel of fiat money. They tell us that inflation is manageable, that debt doesn't matter, and that gold is a pet rock. But by night, in the quiet, secure channels of international diplomacy, they acknowledge the ancient truth. That debt is a promise, but gold is payment.